So Donald Trump took to Truth Social in the middle of the night, and he was trying to blame the Biden FBI and say that it was the Biden FBI's fault that January 6, 2021 even happened, and that it was because Biden put the FBI there. They were plainclothes, they incited all the violence, and they did all the things. Now, there's multiple things wrong with that. First of all, January 6, 2021 was the day they were counting the electoral votes to certify Joe Biden as the winner. And, he was not president yet as of that date. He did not become president until January 20th, 2 weeks later. So it wasn't Joe Biden's FBI. But even if Joe Biden would have been the president, which he wasn't, but if he was, why would he send the FBI in to stop the certification of the vote to prevent him from being selected as the winner of the election? It doesn't make any sense. He's just trying to spin the blame and the narrative away from himself, from the fact that Donald Trump was the one who incited the crowd. He was the one who told them to fight like hell. He is the one who kept saying that their democracy was being stolen, their country was being stolen, the election was being stolen from him, all of those things. He doesn't want the blame, so he's trying to blame Biden. But simple facts, change that narrative. Joe Biden wasn't in control of the FBI. Nancy Pelosi wasn't in control of the National Guard. But these are all things Donald Trump has tried to say to spin the blame away from himself. Why? Because he's a narcissist. He doesn't like taking accountability for anything. And if they were all FBI agents and that was the only reason any of it happened, why did everybody who was part of January 6th get pardoned by Donald Trump? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Except for the fact that they were all Trump supporters trying to put Trump in charge. And that's the problem here. Donald Trump is trying to rewrite history because he knows at least a certain group of this country will not look deep enough to even realize that Joe Biden didn't become president for 2 weeks after January 6, 2021. They won't look that deep. They won't go, does it make any sense that Joe Biden would send the FBI to prevent himself from being selected as the winner of the 2020 election or being confirmed as the winner of the 2020 election? And they wouldn't go, that doesn't make any sense. They just take it at face value. They think Donald Trump knows what he's talking about, and they move on. He's clearly fighting dementia issues. He's trying to relitigate 2020 and 2021 to make himself out to not be the bad guy.